I am happily married to my high school sweetheart. We have 3 kids, and one is married, serving our country in the military, and the other 2 are teens. And the teens are flexing their wings, learning about relationships and dating. My son is a first-year college student and a track athlete, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. He loves to help, and it makes for a lot of great stories, but sometimes the relationships don't last very long. And my daughter, who's the high schooler, has some very strong emotional intelligence quotient, and it's always great to see her dissect these boys who try and approach her. And I'm glad that they trust me to share their experiences, good and bad, and they often ask for help, and I'm more than happy to offer it. Now, one of the topics I talk about with both of them is that how important it is to be okay with being alone or being by yourself. And as a child and as a preteen, I was lucky to have a front and backyard at the house where I grew up. We had a large acacia tree in the front that provided copious amounts of shade, a bougainvillea that decorated the sides of our driveway, a bottle brush, oleander, hibiscus, camellias, roses as accents. We had various ivies and Kentucky bluegrass, and it was just all kinds of green and colors everywhere. We even had a small food forest, loquats and oranges and avocado trees, and these were all just little bushes where you could pull off little berries to eat, and it was very impressive, for being a rental house, And my nemesis was this, besides having yard duty, was the California black walnut, and they would be these really smelly fruit trees that would, when they would drop, the black ink would spread everywhere and it would smell, and it was a real pain in the butt to clean up. And I didn't know it yet, but we had created a gray water system from our little food forest. We had such a nice diversity of trees and bushes and plants that it attracted all kinds of insects and butterflies and small reptiles. Now, I like being outside, and I felt like communication is different there. It was so busy. The interaction of living things with one another offered a genuine perspective of cooperation and purpose. I searched for worms and pill bugs and salamanders and lizards, and they all seemed to know why they were there. And I would inspect the underside of fallen fruit and would see the ants or the insects, gathering up and helping each other out and taking their spoils. And I had good friends I would go play with. I loved riding my bike or playing sports, but this was so much more appealing to me because there was only so much G.I. Joe or Star Wars action figures that I could handle. And I preferred experiencing this alone. And every so often I'd get an empty jar and catch a salamander or a lizard, and I would prepare the jar with soil and rocks and plants and water. And I wouldn't hold on to them for very long, maybe overnight and let them go. But it always puts a smile on my face when I think about it. I'm in my late 40s, and I still recall those moments as to what I feel gave me the confidence to play the piano in front of people, speak in front of people. And I didn't know everything, but I knew myself, and I knew what I was capable, good and bad. And that is the gift that I try to give my kids, and hopefully you. Be okay with being alone and with yourself.